1. Broke up with a guy because he got drunk and called me from the other girl's house phone. When I told him it was over, he proceeded to throw bullets at my house. When I confronted him about it, he said better be happy I can't remember where I put my gun. 2. Same guy has a baby with the girl that was cheating with. Rings my bell, hands me the baby when I open the door, says this was supposed to be our baby, and ran off. I had to walk this baby to his mother's house, 2 blocks over, and explain to her how I got him. He made copies of the keys to my house unbeknownst to me. Then while I was at work he put hidden cameras and audio equipment in every room. I found the boxes the cameras came in my trash can. That's how I discovered what he had done. She smacked me in the face and knocked my glasses clean off. When I said, "Why the feck did you just hit me?" she came back with, "What are you talking about? I didn't touch you." Then asked me what happened to my glasses in the most sincere tone she's ever used. We argued, he left. I went to the store, came back, he wasn't here. I sat in bed eating ice cream complaining to my mom, and he crawled from under the bed to ask me why I'm lying and how can I sit around eating ice cream not knowing if he was safe after he left mad. Waking up to see him standing over me holding a pillow over my head. My mom beating on the door within minutes of me opening my eyes is what saved me. She said she had a dream that I was in trouble. I guess in retrospect there were a lot of red flags, but threatening to drive the car off a cliff and kill us both was somewhat concerning. Also, staying mad at me for days because of something I had said or done in a dream. My phone died and I was working late. He dressed like an employee at my job, boots, lab coat, smock thing, hairnet, etc. Snuck past 2 security guards and went through 2 different locked gates with a stolen ID badge to see where I was. I was getting ready for work and I asked him to zip my dress for me. He asked me how I got my dresses zipped when he wasn't here. I said I did it myself. He accused me of inviting men over to the house to help me zip my dress. Even he knew he was crazy then. I caught my boyfriend cheating, so I immediately broke up with him and refused to forgive him. So he decided to show his loyalty to me by carving my initials in his face. Came home from a long trip and found him laying in bed, skinnier and sickly looking, talking about, "You're back. I've just been in this same spot. I couldn't eat with you." He got angry and stopped talking to me because we went to the movies and I focused on what we were watching, Harry Potter, instead of talking to him. He said I'm cheating on him with Harry Potter. Dude woke me up out my sleep. Told me to find a ride home at 3 in the morning. I ordered a lift home. He followed the lift to my house and asked me was I going to get in the car with him and go back to his house. He spent a stupid amount of money on a real doll. It was wearing my clothes when I got home after a 16-hour shift. We were supposed to get married a week later. We did not. She shot through my window while I was asleep because she thought she heard another woman. I lived on the 3rd floor and she shot from a tree. Slammed on brakes on the highway with traffic still flowing behind us because I disagreed with him about whether or not you should buy your child a car. We had no child. He cut up every piece of my clothing, 40 plus pieces, and broke my laptop, and then had the audacity to ask if I was getting back with him. When I came back to my house and he was packing up his set because I took too long to grocery shop. No one spends that much time at Walmart. It was 1 PM on a Sunday. When my husband of 1 week decided I shouldn't smoke anymore and decided to help me by not only ripping the cigarette out of my mouth but destroying the entire pack, an antique side table that had been in the family for 4 generations, and the drywall where table landed. I dated this guy that had a girlfriend I didn't know, and when she found out via Instagram she turned up to his house, where I was staying with a gun to shoot me, and afterwards I went through his phone, and he texted her, that was so sexy. When he messaged me happy 9 years. On our anniversary, after we'd been broken up for more than 8. When I told him to leave, and he punched himself in the face, and knocked himself out on my bedroom floor. We broke up. He called my phone 2 months later to tell me his son was killed and going into his home was hard because he had his ashes. 3 months later I saw a post of his son graduating from high school. When I confronted him about it, he told me I was nosy and had his reasons. My friend called me to help her grab some things from her boyfriends when they broke up. Next thing I know she's sprinting down the stairs with a PS4, and his prosthetic leg then got in the car and said let's see if he can run behind other bitches now. My first college roommate pretended to be pregnant for several months, and then when she couldn't fake it anymore, after I was institutionalized for unrelated reasons, she told me she gave birth and it died and she named it after me. This guy I dated when I was 17 and he was 21. I went to his house once and it was absolutely filthy and he had a whole empty room he just let his dog sit in and never cleaned it up, and he showed it to me proudly. I broke up with him after that. Got home from the store and saw that my ex had wrote me a note saying we were over and left my. 2 hours later he walks out of the closet after hiding under a pile of clothes. He said it was to test my loyalty. I'm just glad I was tired. On my birthday we went to a bar with my friends. He got mad when he saw how many people came to celebrate me, got blacked out in less than 1 hour, and cursed me in front of the whole table. Took my purse and left me there with no money. My friends had to pay for his drinks and mine. Me and Dude had an argument. I told him I needed space. Dude called my number from 3 different phones non-stop for 2 hours. I couldn't even call anyone. Bro said, block my number bitch, I dare you. 121 consecutive calls. In 45 minutes. I was about to get into a fight in high school and the homie tapped me and said want me to throw one of these, and I looked down and he had 3 grenades. I never kicked it with him again. I ain't even wanna fight anymore. When we was broken up for over 2 months and this man somehow found my car at a dude house, honked for literally 25 minutes straight, slashed his tires, bent my plate up, then ran from the police when they pulled up for disturbance. My ex randomly asked me who my celebrity crush was. I replied Taylor Lautner. Man's face went blank and he immediately walked out of the room. A few days later, he texted me that he cheated on me with a random girl because I said that Taylor Lautner was my celeb crush. I tried to leave my boyfriend and he faked having a seizure for a whole 3 minutes while I just kept packing my bags. Boy, feck you. When I had to contemplate jumping out of moving car because he was in his if I can't have you no one can bag. I had got a promotion at my job and was working more. Bro felt he wasn't getting enough attention, so he faked heart issues and passed out on concrete in front of me after I worked 12-hour shift, and when I didn't buy it, he got mad ASF. Then, after I dropped him, he stalked me. I will never forget the time my dad's ex-girlfriend got out of our vehicle on a fastest road and laid in the middle of it and wouldn't get up until literal police took her away to a hospital for an evaluation. All over a fight that originally started about dinner. This chick stole one of my spare keys, waited until I traveled out of town, then she stayed in my house, made several meals, and packed them in the freezer, did my laundry, cleaned up everywhere, and left like nothing happened a day before I came back. When my baby daddy got thrown out of the club for grabbing a woman he thought was me and then wouldn't apologize and still was mad at me, who wasn't there. I was in the car with my folks and everything was good until this started doing 75 to 80 miles per hour and screamed, "Satan, take the wheel, kill me now." When he slowed down finally and we was at a red light, I hopped out and waited for Dart to come. Sat outside of my house possibly all night and waited for me to come out in the morning to get in my car for work, and soon as I turned my car on I hear a knock at my window. I almost passed out